For years, humiliation, trauma, and struggle marked the beginning of one immigrant's journey. Joining us now is someone who is all too familiar with the exploration of belonging. Known for his work on the popular show Jane the Virgin, TV writer Rafael Agustin details his revelations of being undocumented and the difficulties of being an immigrant in his latest book, Illegally Yours, a memoir. Rafael, welcome to the show. So glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So I think it was your mom who said that dreams shouldn't have borders,
yeah,
right?
She did.
And so talk to us about the harsh realities for many who are trying to achieve the American dream, really for all of us, but in particular for immigrants.
Well, in my parents' case in particular, I feel like they have the right to dream themselves, obviously. That's why we came here. They were doctors in Ecuador, South America. My dad, a pediatric surgeon, my mother, an anesthesiologist, who came here to work at a car wash and at a Kmart respectfully. And like so many immigrants before them, I think they realized that the American dream is not for them, but for their children. And then when my mom told me that dreams should not have borders is essentially the reasoning why she didn't tell me that we were undocumented. I was able to grow up an oblivious, happy, all-American, dumb kid because I didn't know the truth of our legality. My mom tried to shelter that from me.
So ignorance is bliss in many cases, but then you had that harsh awakening when you're 16, going to get your driver's license like any other teenager, and then what happens?
Well, all of my friends are driving, so I wanted to drive too, and all of my friends are planning to go to college, so I wanted to apply too, and then I'm starting to get letters from universities to say, you're our perfect candidate, can you please send us your real social security number? And I was like, Mom, Dad, what does this mean? And then I went to the DMV without telling them to get my driver's permit, and then I was like, can you please sign this? And they're like, please sit down, we have to talk to you. And that's how I discovered the truth.
And you have this chapter where you talk about how to disappoint your immigrant parents without even trying, and this conversation that you have with your dad about wanting to go into theater, right? And I want to quote you here. You say, I felt guilty because they had sacrificed so much for my sake, and still I chose the most unstable path. Talk to us about those unspoken, and I'm sure in many cases spoken pressures of being the child of an immigrant, the expectations that go along with that, and then why you decided, so you were knowing that you were disappointing your parents, and you still said, I got to pursue this anyway.
What I tell people is that the biggest secret of my life was not that I was undocumented, but that I wanted to work in film and TV. Because there is no way my immigrant parents were going to sign off on that, especially when you think about the sacrifice of their livelihoods, their careers, and everything for me to have a better shot, for me to get ahead and be able to take care of them when they're older. And I let it all ride in theater and the arts and the entertainment industry. It's very hard. It's very hard for them because it's an industry that not many people understand.
Let's talk about also 2021, you become CEO of the Latino Film Institute, right? And there's always been a cry really for more representation and diversity when it comes to being on screen, off screen, in particular for Latinos. Give us a status check. Do you feel like there's improvement? It's far too little improvement? Where are we? Too incremental?
It's too little. I mean, we're trying to get back to the 50s when Americans were comfortable seeing a Latino in their homes every day with Lucille Ball, with Desi Arnaz. I mean, that's when we had the most representation. And now we're just trying to get back to that. I think in Hollywood, there's something called symbolic annihilation. And that's when marginalized communities, when our stories aren't being told. So we don't see ourselves in film and TV, and we don't see ourselves as part of the fabric of this country. And that's very problematic, because at best, it's someone like me who grows up not seeing themselves represented and not feeling like you're part of this country. And at worst, you have someone like the mass shooter of El Paso, who killed innocent Americans because he thought they were illegals or they were invaders. How
do you feel now? Do you feel like you've achieved the American dream?
I think there's a long way to go, but I will say as an immigrant kid and as someone who was formerly undocumented, the ability to buy your mom her first home was everything for me.
I can imagine. What did you hope that the readers will take away from this book?
I truly hope that people see that on immigrants, and especially undocumented immigrants, we love this country so much, but we have an abusive relationship with it, like because it won't love us back. And at the very least, I hope they see that we come to this country and we make our economy stronger, we make our workforce younger, and you can't deny that we make our food taste better.
But we thank you so much for your time. Book is available right now. You can see Illegally Yours on bookshelves at a bookstore, anywhere, a memoir. Rafael Agustin, we thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.